of them. Because they know their leader is sacrificing for them, and they know that their leader sometimes is waiting on them, and they know that their leader believes in them, and they know that their leader wants them to be successful. That's the connection. That's why people give you permission to lead them, because they like you, and you like them. That's why it's called the permission level. And they do three things well. They listen well, they observe well, and they serve well. That's a level 2 leader. Now let's go to level 3 leader. But before I take you to level 3, let me just quickly ask you a question. Are you learning something?
Yes.
Are you learning something? Look at your neighbor and say, I'm learning something. Tell them that I'm learning something. Okay, look right back at your neighbor and say, not enough yet. Not enough yet. Okay? So let's go to level number 3. On level number 3, it's the production level. And the key word in the production level is results. Here's what happens. At this level, people follow you because of what you have done for the organization. This is a whole new level of leading. Now people, they're following you because you have been personally successful yourself. You are a producer. Wow. You bring results to New Skin. You're $1 million earner. You're successful in this business. And people say, oh my gosh, I want to be on their team. I want to follow them because they're really good at this. And I want to be good. I want to be good at this. And this is a huge, this is a key level beyond. Let me just say something about leadership. The credibility of leadership isn't that people like you. That's level number 2. The credibility of leadership isn't that people have to follow you. That's level number 1. Your credibility as a leader begins at level 3 because you are personally successful yourself. The only reason a person should follow you is because you're good. If you're good, they want to be on your team. And if you're not good, why would they want to be on your team? Why would somebody want to follow someone in this business that hasn't produced results? I can't imagine that. I mean, people want to be on the team of a winner. So, the credibility of you to lead people is that you're good yourself. Because the greatest leadership words ever spoken are these words. Follow me. Follow me. Watch me. Stay with me. Hang with me. Because a level 3 leader does 3 things really well. Just like a level 2 leader listens, observes, and serves really well. A level 3 leader, they do 3 things very well also. And you can become a level 3 leader when you consistently do these 3 things. And the first thing that level 3 leaders do extremely well is they lead by example. They understand that people do what people see. I'm asked all the time by leaders, how do I motivate people? Well, it's very simple. You motivate people by your example. If you're doing what you ask your people to do, they'll do it too. You'll motivate them. If you're not doing it, they won't be motivated. People do what people see. And what leaders understand is that people follow them because they're good. They're successful. You know, in the States, basketball is a big sport. And I know basketball is a big sport in a lot of Asian countries too. And there's a basketball player that's probably the best basketball player today in the world. Maybe not always, but today in the world, his name is LeBron James. He's a great basketball player. How many of you have heard of LeBron James? Raise your hand if you've heard of LeBron James. Okay. If LeBron James and I were choosing teams to play a game of basketball, and you were going to be chosen, and you had the chance to be on LeBron James' team or to be on my team, When LeBron James was getting ready to hit, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, okay, good. Don't need music back on. Okay. So here we go. So if LeBron James is choosing you, you're just, I mean, you're up there, I mean, you're saying, oh, you're getting up there, now choose, you know, I mean, you want to be choosing. And then when it gets my time to choose, you're going, now there's a simple reason. LeBron James is the greatest basketball player in the world. I'm not. And if you're going to get on a basketball team, you want to be on LeBron's team. You don't want to be on my team. If you're on my team, you're going to lose. If you're on LeBron's team, you're going to win. You say, well, what do I have to do to be on LeBron's team to win? Just throw the ball to LeBron. He'll do the rest. Now, when you're leading people, the more successful you are, the more people want to be on your team. There is a huge attraction when you're successful. Let me go back to some beginning teaching that I did this morning. Do you remember when I was teaching you the law of the lid? And I spoke to you about the fact that whatever your leadership level is, your organization will come right under, but never go higher than that level. So if you're a 5 as a leader, your organization is going to be a 4. It's not going to be a 6 or a 7 or 8. It can't be. Your leadership will allow it to go any higher. Now, that's called the law of the lid. But let me just do a twist on this teaching. There's another law of the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership called the law of magnetism. And the law of magnetism says you attract who you are, not who you want. So you're going to attract the people based upon who you are, not who you want. I run into people all the time that say, well, I know what I want on my team. I want somebody who has a good attitude. I want somebody that's high energy, works hard. And they start giving me this list of what they want. And after they give me 3 or 4 things, I just stop them and I ask them, do you do that? Do you have a good attitude? Do you have high energy? Because you're not going to attract who you want, you're going to attract who you are. Now watch how this works. The higher you go as a leader, if you're a level 3 leader, guess who you're going to attract to your company? 3s, 2s, and 1s. If you're a level 5 leader, you're going to attract some 5s, 4s, and 3s. If you're a level 8 leader, you're going to attract some 8s, 7s. See, you attract who you are. So why this is so important is you need to be successful in this business because you never can lead other people to be successful if you're not successful. And so when people say, well, what's my first thing I ought to do to induce Ken to really be a great leader? First thing, okay, I'm going to use this until I fix this, okay? Okay, now the reason, you have to understand, the reason I don't want to use this is I talk with my... It doesn't help you. Does that make sense to you? Yeah. So they said they would fix this, but until they fix this, I'll use this, okay? Now, people follow you because you're successful. So when people say, I want to be a leader, the first thing I say to them is, be a producer before you're a leader. Because you're only going to lead people to the level of your production. And so if you're producing at level 2, if you let people, you'd only be leading level 2 people. But if you're producing to level 9, then all of a sudden you can lead people to level 9. You can't lead people farther than you've been yourself. It's the law of the land, it's the law of magnetism. And so level 3 leaders, they understand the power of example, and they understand what happens, what really happens when you lead people by example. People do what people see. So they've got that, and they do that really well. So you got to ask yourself, how well am I doing in the new skin business? How well am I doing? Do I have the credibility to be a leader? They lead by example. Too many leaders are like travel agents. They send people where they've never been themselves. And I watch people trying to lead that way all the time. They've never done it, but they're trying to teach other people how to do it. They're not, and by the way, listen to me. The issue as a leader is not have you done it. Hang on, leaders, listen, be careful. The issue is, are you doing it now? If you've just done it, you're no longer a leader, you're just a history teacher. One of the things I watch about leaders in direct marketing kind of businesses is that they achieve a certain level and they quit producing. They just kind of sit up there fat, dumb, and happy. And I'm just here to tell you, you can't lead out of yesterday. You got to lead out of today. You got to lead out of where you are right now, not where you've been, not what you've done. You got to lead on what you're doing and where you're going and what you're being right now as a person. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I challenge every one of you, you that are successful in this business, are you successful because you did something yesterday, or are you successful because you're doing something today? Are you living off yesterday? By the way, let me tell you, in my office I have a sign that each one of you did have in your office. You know what it says? Yesterday ended last night. Can't over it. There's a whole bunch of people that are still living in yesterday. If you were successful yesterday, congratulations. I got a question. Are you successful now? And by the way, if you failed yesterday, it ended last night. Let it go. Don't let yesterday's failures to control today's actions. Yesterday ended last night. And leaders that are great level 4 leaders, they understand that they lead by example. They literally visually show everybody exactly how to lead. So you don't need to wonder about how to lead. All you got to do is watch your leader. Watch your leader. Your leader's doing it. Follow that person. Okay? The second thing that leaders do really well at level number 4, they not only lead by example, but the second thing, they do this really well. They not only visually show leadership, because that's what leadership is. Leaders at level 3 create momentum. Momentum is a wonderful thing in a company. When an organization has momentum, I call momentum a leader's best friend. I call it the big Mo. When you have momentum, it exaggerates everything in a positive way. Until, to be honest with you, people even think you're better than you are. And they're excited because everything is being exaggerated in a positive way. That's the value of momentum. In a moment, I'll teach you what the value of momentum is. But just as positive momentum just takes everything and elevates it and lifts it and exaggerates it in a positive way, the opposite is also true. Negative momentum, when things aren't going well, exaggerates everything in a negative way. So people think you're worse than you really are. Momentum is a great exaggerator. Positive, it makes things look better than they are. Negative, it makes things look worse than they are. But what momentum does more than anything else is it exaggerates the situation. And once you have momentum, once you have it, everything begins to be exaggerated in a positive way. And there's incredible power and there's incredible value to creating momentum. And the only people that create momentum are producers, because momentum comes along with results. There's no such thing as poor results and high momentum. It's never happened. There's no such thing as a company doing very poorly and everybody excited about the company. There's no such thing about a team that loses every game and the players can hardly wait to play. Well, if you lose every game, you know, the players are saying, I'm sick today, you know what I mean? You play a while, you know, you go in. But what happens is, positive momentum. Leaders understand the value of momentum. And let me illustrate it like this. A train going down a track at 50 miles an hour. As that train's going down a track at 50 miles an hour, if there is a barrier on that track, a big, I don't know, 5-foot thick concrete steel reinforced wall on that track, at 50 miles an hour, that train will hit that barrier and smash it and keep on going. Now, why was it able? Why was it able? You know how to read out of their mark. The mark says, so I would like that. That's good. You see how it makes me better all the time? Wow. It would be for Mark. I said, doing this. Okay. All right. Now that train going 55 miles an hour, what does it do? It smashes through that barrier and keeps on going. Now, how was it able to smash through that barrier and keep on going? It's very simple. It had momentum. Momentum allowed it to knock out that 5-foot thick concrete steel reinforcement. Now, that same train stopped dead on the tracks. It's not going anywhere. No momentum. Stop dead. If you put a 1-inch block, 1 inch, in front of the driving wheel, that train can't even get started. 1 inch. That train can't even get started. Now this is huge. This is teaching the power of momentum. When you have no momentum, when you have no momentum at all in your company or on your team, when you have no momentum, a 1-inch problem will keep you from getting started. 1 inch. If you've got momentum on your team, a 5-foot thick concrete steel reinforced wall can't stop your momentum. So momentum is the key. It's the greatest problem solver you have in your company is momentum. 80% of all the new skin problems can be solved by momentum. Not every problem, but 80%. Once you have momentum, you begin to problem solve like crazy. And level 3 leaders know that. So they create momentum, and guess what? When they create momentum, they have less problems. Why do they have less problems? Because they're knocking them down, they're knocking them down, they're knocking them down. And if you don't have any momentum, that 1-inch problem just keeps you from even getting started. So I just want you to know, my name's John, I'm your friend. And your problem isn't your problem. But the problem is, you think the problem is the problem. Because you think the problem is a problem, it becomes a problem, not because it's a problem. The problem is you just thought the problem was a problem, so the problem that wasn't a problem has now become a problem, not because it's a problem, but the problem was you didn't know the problem wasn't a problem, so the problem that wasn't a problem now has become a problem. So you've got a real problem when really you didn't have a problem at all. The problem is wasn't the problem. The problem was you thought the problem was a problem, so the problem wasn't a problem. Has now become a problem. Some melancholics raise their hands and say, John, could you repeat that one more time? Level 3 leaders. Level 3 leaders understand that they've got to lead by example. And that by producing results, they create momentum. And by creating momentum, it allows them to go faster and farther and knock down their problems. And the third thing that level 3 leaders truly do well, and they do it really well, is they attract better people to them. They just attract better people. And they attract better people because they're better. Winners attract winners. Losers attract losers. We attract who we are, not who we want. Wow. That's a level 3 leader. Level 3 leader, they just lead by example. They create momentum. They attract better people. You can tell now why you need to be going up these levels of leadership. Why you don't want to be a level 1 leader. You want to keep climbing these levels. Because as you climb the levels of leadership, you become more effective, you become more influential, you become more successful. Let's go to level 4. Because level 4 is really what I strive to get you to go to. If I can get every one of you in this auditorium today to go to level number 4, New Skin will have by far its greatest leader. Because a level 4 leader, now, this becomes amazing what happens at level 4. Level number 4 is the people development level. The key word is reproduction. And at level number 4, people follow you because of what you have done for them. What you've done for them. Level 4. This is incredible. They follow you now because you have poured into their life, and you have mentored them, and you have reproduced yourself in them. That's why I call it the people level. That's why I call it reproduction. Now, here's the difference between level 3 and level 4. Is at level 3, when you produce, you add. But when you reproduce, you multiply. And trust me, the big success, the big win is in the multiplication. And the multiplication happens at level number 4. And this is why I want to get you there. I want to get you to level 4, because if I can get you here, I'm telling you, you will be huge success in this business. If you are a level 3 leader, you produce. That's a good thing. You attract some good people on your team. That's a good thing. But you don't multiply until you reproduce. So this level is all about how are you reproducing yourself? Who are you raising up to take your place? What kind of leaders are you raising up? Remember, at level 1, all you have is followers. By the time you're at level number 4, you're reproducing leaders. And when you reproduce leaders, it is a compounding, multiplying, high yield, high return game. And at level 4 leaders do 3 things really well. Grab this. I want you to get it. Every one of you can do this. But this level you're going to have to work on. This is going to take a while. This is not easy. But you can do this. Level 4 leaders do 3 things really, really well. Number 1, they recruit very well. They understand that all is well that begins well. And beginning well is all about recruiting well. Wow. I have a wonderful friend in the States, and he's a very successful coach. Very successful news commentator. He's now quite elderly. His name is Lou Holtz. And Lou Holtz and I were having lunch one day, and Lou said to me at lunch, "John, I've had good players, and I've had bad players. And I'm just a better coach with good players." And that's right. We're all better coaches with good players. And level 4 understand. They totally understand recruitment. And they understand how to recruit good people to their organization. So let me talk to you about recruitment for a moment. In recruiting people to your company, your New Skin, you've got to have a very clear picture of who you're looking for. This is huge. You never recruit well until you see well the kind of person you want to have on the team. Let me illustrate it. When I fly into cities sometimes, if I'm flying commercial, they have somebody to pick me up. In fact, when I came to Singapore, they had somebody to pick me up. Okay. And the person picking me up, many times, they don't know who I am. They've never seen me. And so what they do is outside of the security area, they have a sign with my name on it, John Maxwell. and they got it up in the air, and when I get through security, they look for me. I gotta find them. They're not finding me. They just got my name in the air. They basically say, get off the plane, come to the security area, and find me, and you find me by looking up at my hand, and if you're